Hello and welcome to KISS TV's Election News Update. My name is Susan Kimasha. Coming up in this bulletin, IEBC boss Wafula Chebukati gives an update on the election tallying process. Big names fall in the elections and they concede defeat. And finally, violence against women called out by leaders. For these and more, stay tuned. A very warm welcome indeed. IEBC has so far received presidential result forms from 45,141 stations out of 46,229 polling stations across the country, translating to 97.6% transmission. The forms received as at 2:30 p.m. have been uploaded onto the Commission's results portal, accessible to the public. However, the Commission has not displayed results from the polling stations. IEBC has clarified that 14,164,561 voters turned out for the polls, translating to 65.4% of 22 million voters.
The voter turnout is based on the verification of the KIMS kits which were functional during the process of voting. Remember, we have areas that the Commission allowed use of the manual register, and then we shall not be able to give you the exact voter turnout until the data is transmitted in the result forms, and then we compute the final voter turnout. But from the kits that transmitted, the voter turnout is 65.4%. This figure will go higher once we compute the verification of the turnout in areas that did manual voting.
As vote counting and tallying continues in various centres, a number of candidates have conceded defeat based on the provisional results. Langata MP Nixon Career, Taveta legislator Naomi Shaban, and Bakassi West MP George Theory and Kiambu Governor candidate Moses Kuria are among leaders who've conceded to their opponents even before IEBC officially declares the results. National Assembly Majority Leader Anki Pipipiri MP Amos Kimunya has also conceded defeat. About 200 polling stations in various parts of the country witnessed violence targeted against women. The National Peace and Mediation Team, led by Archbishop Jackson Olisipit, has called on IG Hilary Mutyambai to be more vigilant and deal firmly with the perpetrators. A presiding officer and his deputy have been arrested in Kisauni for refusing to count votes. According to police, Nicholas Nyamuyu and Sawia Mutes allegedly refused to count votes at Station 3 in Utange polling station. The two were reported by Kisauni constituency returning officer Ibrahim Wario. They were arrested at 3 a.m. and taken to Bamburi police station. The Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission relies on 3 forms to declare the presidential results. They include Form 34A, Form 34B and Form 34C. Form 34A in Kenya is the first form used to tabulate the results of the presidential election from each polling station. 46,229 polling stations nationwide are expected to submit their Form 34As. The form contains details of the votes garnered by each candidate and also details the total number of registered voters in that station, the rejected votes, the objected ones, the disputed and the valid ones. Under the election regulations, Form 34A is filled by the presiding officer after the counting of votes at the polling station. Form 34B contains the polling station code, the name of the station, the number of registered voters, what each candidate garnered, and the number of valid votes cast. The 290 Form 34Bs are then handed over by the constituency returning officer to the chairman of the IEBC, who is also the national returning officer. Form 34B will be tallied and the presidential results will be input in the Form 34C that will be used by the IEBC chairman Wafula Chebukati to declare the winner. And finally, the shortage of maize flour in the market could be due to overstocking by some Kenyans. Paloma Fernandez from the Cereal Millers Association says the lowering of maize flour prices could have caused most Kenyans to buy in bulk since they were taking advantage of the subsidy. She, however, says lack of grains in the market caused by the prolonged drought has led to some millers not to operate in full capacity. Millers are optimistic that the situation will improve once the harvesting season begins. Indeed, thank you for keeping us company throughout the bulletin. There are more updates throughout the day. This is KISS TV's Election News Update. My name is Susan Kinashia.